The PlayStation 5 launch is just around the corner, and by the time that I actually edit and upload this, it's going to be at the corner. I'm going to be at the corner? It's going to be almost here, which is crazy because that means that it's practically Christmas and I don't have time for that nonsense. In honor of this momentous occasion, I'm going to tell you how I am picking up my PlayStation 5 Disc Edition on launch day without being a single penny out of pocket. Just to clarify, I'm not getting the console for free, of course. I'm not stealing it. Instead, I am trading in / selling a bunch of stuff I don't need anymore in order to totally pay off the cost of the PlayStation 5. These right here are all my trade-in receipts for EB Games. It's a lot! Just before we get into that, I actually wasn't going to get a PlayStation 5 at launch. I had no intention of doing so. When they revealed the design of the PlayStation 5, I was pretty, underwhelmed? Yeah, I wasn't super impressed with it. I thought, you know what? There's actually no games they've announced yet that I really, really want to play. So I may as well just wait for them to release a Slim Edition console, which they almost definitely will. And in my wildest dreams, in my deepest fantasies, hopefully a Final Fantasy VII Part 2 Remake Edition console? Or at least wait till the regular ones have a price drop. But then they had that second showcase when they announced Final Fantasy 16 and teased Ragnarok. And suddenly I was all like, I'm gonna pre-order one just in case. I'll have the option, but I won't be taking it. But of course, as soon as I paid that $200 deposit, my brain was like, this is mine now. But I still knew I couldn't justify it. No. But, and hear me out, but then it occurred to me. The thing that really swayed me, that changed my mind, which made it all justifiable, is the fact that the PlayStation 5 can play all the PlayStation 4 games that I currently own or would ever want to play. Which honestly makes my PlayStation 4 redundant. And it pains me to say it because I love my PlayStation 4. Here it is here. It is a Final Fantasy 15 Edition one. I absolutely love it. I thought I would have it for the rest of my life. But alas, the PlayStation 5 had other plans. I'm sorry, but the PlayStation 5 can do everything you can, but faster. And it has other features like being able to play PlayStation 5 games and being relevant for the next 7 years or so. Sorry, buddy. We've had some good times. And here's the thing. I know I'm going to get a PlayStation 5 at some point. I've had every PlayStation console. I'm a PlayStation boy. And Nintendo, but not Xbox. Even if I don't get a PlayStation 5 console at launch, I'm going to get a PlayStation 5 at some point in the future. And because the PlayStation 5 plays the majority of PlayStation 4 games, chances are the money you'll get for selling a PlayStation 4 is probably going to drop drastically. And in all likelihood, the PlayStation 5 is not going to have a price drop anytime soon because they are still so in demand. So I did a bit of research, and to my surprise, I figured out that I could get the entire cost of the PlayStation 5 covered by selling and trading in things I don't need anymore. So I'm going to break it down for all of you, and hopefully you can use some of these things as well. So first off, the launch price of a PlayStation 5 Disc Edition in Australia is $750. Let's start with the console. EB Games in Australia is offering $250 credit toward your PS5 when you trade in a PS4 Slim. And that's before bonus membership credit. I'm a level 4 member at EB Games. I don't know how it works overseas, but essentially I get an extra 20% trade credit when I trade anything in for being level 4. So at EB Games, I'm guaranteed $300 trade credit for my PlayStation 4 Slim when I trade it toward a PlayStation 5. Alright? And that's definitely the easiest option. But chances are, if I try and sell it on something like eBay, I'll probably get a lot more money for it, particularly because I have all the original packaging as well. But for the sake of this explanation, let's just go with $300 for now. So that brings the total cost of the console down to $450. Next up, accessories. Luckily, I like to buy limited edition colors, so I got the electric purple DualShock 4 controller, which I sold for $115 after eBay fees on eBay. Then I've also got the anniversary edition DualShock 4 controller, which unfortunately I threw the box out for because I was trying to have a minimalist clean out. That's what I get for trying to not be a hoarder. I was having no luck selling my PlayStation 4 camera on eBay, so I just traded it into EB Games for $30. So $115 for the purple controller, $30 for the PlayStation 4 camera. That means $305 remaining to pay on the PlayStation 5. I haven't yet sold this controller, but we'll get to it. Moving on to games. There are a few things to note here. Firstly, if you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber, you will get 18 free PlayStation 4 digital games with your new PlayStation 5. So if you own any physical copies of these games, now is a great time to trade them in. Unfortunately for me, I escaped Melbourne in its current situation, which cannot be spoken about on YouTube, and I left some of my games there, so I can't actually access some of my games to trade them in. Otherwise, I would trade in The Last of Us Remastered and possibly some of my other PlayStation 4 games as well. And unfortunately, I bought God of War, Detroit, and Until Dawn on the PlayStation Store digitally like a chump, and I can't trade in digital games. Could have got them for free. So it doesn't work out that well for me, but it might work out well for you. Secondly, EB Games in Australia, which is known as GameStop in some countries by the way, they have this deal where if you trade in a game to them and if you change your mind about it later, you can come back and buy it again for that trade-in price that you got. So for example, if I trade in Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag for $10 and then they're trying to resell it pre-owned for $20, if I go in and say, hey, here's my membership card, I actually sold this to you for $10 a couple of years back, but I really want to play it again, you can buy it back for them for the same money. I could get it back for $10. But it's great because it means you can trade in more games sooner while they're worth more, even if you're not quite sure about it, because you can always buy them back later, providing they have them in stock. It's great for peace of mind. If you're an indecisive person, it's great. Then I went through my old 3DS games, and there were so many that I still like, but I have the newer releases of on the Switch. So for example, Mario Kart 7 on 3DS, I have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch. I'm never going to play Mario Kart 7 when I can play Mario Kart 8. So I rounded up all of these and I traded them all into EB Games. Altogether, I took $182 off my pre-order by trading in a bunch of games to EB that I just hadn't touched in ages and probably never would have touched again. So if my maths is correct, hopefully, that leaves me with $123 remaining. Chances are I can sell this controller for about $100. Around about. Now you may be thinking, Alex, your maths is shit, that's still $23. You haven't paid it off at all. Well, remember that this is the absolute minimum price that I'm getting from EB Games for trading in my PlayStation 4 Slim. I'll probably get more money for it on eBay, but if I don't, EB Games has just announced that they are doing double bonus trade credit for any games or accessories when you trade in a PlayStation or an Xbox toward one of the new next generation consoles. Which would bring me up to the full $750. But just when you thought we were done, there is another layer here. If you trade in your PlayStation 4 console without a controller to EB Games, they just charge you around about a $40 fee for not having the controller. And I could easily sell this limited edition DualShock 4 controller for over $40. Other ones of these on eBay have gone for about $130, but let's just say I make $100-ish for selling this. That's an extra $60 credit on top of the PlayStation console than if I traded it in to EB Games with the console. So that's again well over the $750 that I'd need to cover the PlayStation 5. So in this case, I could trade my PlayStation 4 console into EB Games by itself, no controller, for $260 around about, and then assuming that I get a total of at least $200 from selling these, it means that I'm well over the $750 required to cover the PlayStation 5 console. I won't be a penny out of pocket, I'll have joined the next generation of gaming, and as a bonus, have a good clear out. I mean, who knows, I may sell my PlayStation 4 on eBay for over $750, which would be great, but would kind of make the video redundant. And yeah, I'm aware that if you wanted to try and sell these individually instead of just trading them all into EB Games, there's a good chance you'd make more money. But trading them into EB Games takes a fraction of the time. It means that you're guaranteed a price. You don't have to deal with buyers on the internet because they suck. And you can always buy them back if you change your mind. So, what do you think? Did this help you out at all? Did you manage to secure a pre-order? And if you did, are you trading in an old console toward the new one? Also, what games are you going to get at launch? I've pre-ordered Demon's Souls and Spider-Man Deluxe Edition because I never played the original Spider-Man, but everyone said it's amazing. So I was like, okay, I'll get the Deluxe Edition. That sounds like a good launch title. I don't think I'm going to keep Demon's Souls. I think I'm going to have to return it. I don't know if I have the patience for a game like that. But it was made for the PlayStation 5. So it's going to have all the features it's supposed to have. It's not sort of, a little remastery type thing like Spider-Man, if that makes sense. So I want to try it out, I want to have that next generation experience. But I'll probably end up returning it. If you'd like to see me unbox my PlayStation 5 on launch day, I am of course in Australia, and Australia is one of the countries lucky enough to get the first wave of consoles on the 12th of November. And East Coast Australia rolls over to the 12th of November around about 18 hours before the west coast of America, which means I may be getting my unboxing video out before a lot of them do. Probably be editing the video while my PlayStation 5 is doing its first software update. Anyway, thank you all, subscribe, watch a video, rate, comment, everything, and I'll see you in less than 2 weeks.